Yeah, how you doing? I was just reading that little article on BP oil, and you know what? I got into it and I got out of it because, you see, I never did get to see the arm that was below the surface that was running oil, right? But there's a thing about, first of all, drilling close to shore. That's one thing. But drilling oil and not being able to put a sleeve pipe over it, that's impossible. I made one at home and I'm not even a plumber. Okay? I don't care what they said to anybody. They had to have a piece of straight pipe. Okay? And no matter what, okay, it wasn't under the ground. So once you have a piece of straight pipe, this thing goes on over the top the same way it goes over my wrist. Okay? And it's an open valve. So it flows right through. It never stops. And then you just put it on and you close the valve. It's not much harder than that. And secondly, I don't believe that. I don't. How can I explain this? Hold on, I'm having a cigarette. First of all, the Titanic, it was all a setup. Those guys downstairs, they were called Navy Blue SEALs. They worked from Ireland. They worked off of Newfoundland. And there's a big cut right off of Maine. If you take a look at the map of Maine, take a look at the top. It's a rabbit. The whole design of all the states are designed to split apart. The highways were already made that hold the whole complete United States. And what's funny about it is where Seattle is, they sort of created a turkey out of it, but the head is in Syria. You have to get to Syria to get through to the head, because Turkey okay, is that head. It's that water around Turkey. There's something going on deeper than, it might just be my imagination, but you know what? I learned numerology out of my sleep. So much for that, I guess. I don't do typical numerology. I do something that's very, very easy and ancient that most people don't do anymore. And it's just basically adding up 1 till 100, and that's it. And then all the combinations in between. But not to get to that. So they have to get to the Mediterranean. They have to connect that water up there. The Mediterranean and Baltic were put together on monopoly, and they weren't put together for no reason at all. B and M, two very strong letters in creation. This is the Beta Bear world, okay, where the cat runs it. She's a multi-dimensional machine that fits underneath the ground. Now you're trying to say, where did they dig a hole? They didn't dig a hole anywhere. We're not on Earth. We're on mounds of Earth. We're not on Earth. We are in a planet that opens, and God showed us all the signals, okay? He showed you Pluto is far away, but Pluto's closer than you think. It's the 9th planet, and that's the one you're born from. We are elements that fit right here in the head. It's a connective element. It makes us seem we are real, but we're not actually that real at all, because once the spirit breaks, you're back somewhere else. It's all electrically connected, and that's why when the moon is out, the wolf howls, because the wolf is a letter count of 56. Okay, and 56, it's the only way you can get it in this world on dice. You have to implement everything, your keyboard, the keyboard, your telephone, the dice, Monopoly, sports. Everything has already been basically pre-planned. Okay, it's happening. It's underneath the Baltic Ocean. I can never be 100% sure, but it's so hot in my mind in the past month and a half, and I've been working on it for about a few years now. And it's something under the ground in the seas. That's why they call them all the seas. They're not named seas for nothing. So BP was all the setup. You see, somebody's running this whole thing. And in one of the numbers in the universe, they say it's 622.6. And that has a couple of meanings. One of the meanings, okay, is 22 from the center onto the 6. Okay, some people will say -6 and go to 16, which means the one spirit of man. Or if you go the other way, 22 and 6 is 28, which also means Einstein. Okay, which means 20 is the T and the 8 is the H. It's the TH world, transmission heaven for the elements. CAT, cat, communication, angel transmission. It's all what it is. It's really weird, man. It's really weird. It doesn't even seem real to me. So yeah, even Einstein's name, it starts with an EIN, it ends with an EIN, and in the middle, it's what you got as the best, ST. First, ST. Last, ST. Stop, ST. It's all definite sayings when it goes with ST. See, every expression, even end and the end, it's basically all the same word because of the letter count. Even simple, this is a simple diagram from the roulette board, and it's got an X and an O, and then it's got a Y, okay, and an O, and then it's got an outside, and then it connects here. This here center is our life right here between 14 red and 23 red. 2 and 3, 23 is 5. 1 and 4, 14 is 5. All the roulette board, all the even numbers are black. All the odd numbers are red. And now if you wanted to say, well, M is number 13, and that's an even number, because we have to bring everything down to the casing, 3 by 3 by 3, which makes M the 13th number. 3 and 1 is 4. And it is also black in roulette. And any number. The only number that's very unique is the number 19 in roulette. It's the only number, and it's the first alpha number. It's the second 18. It's the first red number bet. Oh, even the rules and regulations of everything. Oh my God, the telephone, the star key, the pound key, the cat, the dog, all the animals. It's all related. Anyways, that freedom fighter, hey man, if you watched any of my videos, that's what I'm out for. Somebody's got a crack. They can't keep hiding what's under the ground. You see, that's the whole thing, because by hiding whatever's under the ground, they know in advance what's going on. And they're not really supposed to profit from it. You see, when the guy made this world, he knew that people were going to be like this, but they have to understand it's for everybody, and they took advantage of the system. But it doesn't matter, because according to my figures, I was just looking at South Dakota, and South Dakota is rustic in color, and it gives it a number 6, or a number, yes, number 6, and it's like everything's just very quiet up there for some reason. It's something very quiet up there. Anyways, that thing they were planning to do, I did a color search on a map. Just whatever the map shows me, that's what I'll do. And I found out that you have California running Highway 5 into Spokane, Washington. Okay, now I'm not sure exactly where they're going up there, but that whole route was the same color, was free. And then other parts of the map showed states that are going to break apart, showing the Mississippi was going to split. We're not on Earth. We're Saturn opens up, and there's little pods in there, like the games we used to play. Take one out of the next one, or the next one, the barrels, right? And then we're shoved here. They put earth in the barrel. They make beaches for you, because the beaches don't actually connect. That BP thing was all set up from under the water. We're sitting inside Jupiter, and the whole bottom is empty, and that's where they work from. So if you hear any screeching noises at night, that might mean the bearings are going, because the whole system's going right now in our time, in our life. So am I right or am I wrong? I hope I'm right. And then we'll really need that freedom fight, because it'll really come out at that point, because that's when they're going to want to take over. But how can they take over when everything's split apart? You need everybody to build it back. What a great time to start talking, eh? When they need it. Why don't they come onto the internet? Right on here online. You don't need 1,000 guys. You don't need protection. They come on and the president talks. But you have to be able to see the whole room, who's in the room. You want to talk to him one-on-one? No, he should come out here 4 or 5 hours a week for us and talk to us like a human being. Just like the soldiers should come out here and talk to us and see what it's really like. Show them what the world's really like. What it's not like, what they've been told and what they've been taught. What they were taught in the system, because everybody was too scared to put their foot forward. But it's funny, because I'm not in any situation to gain and more to lose if I put my foot forward. But if I was asked to go to the front of the line, I'm there. If I'm asked to go to the back of the line, well, back of the line is basically not even leaving home. How far much back can I go, right? So, man, my thumbs are up to you and my heart, and I just feel the short future in the next 3 years, according to numerology, It's going to be miracle after miracle after disaster after miracle. Don't forget, if you have a building and you have one space and you need to build, and you have an old building and nothing's in it and you got to build there, you destroy it. You tear it down and you build up again. Isn't that the way it works sometimes? But when they went, and who are these barkers and bankers? You know, where is Berkshire Hathaway? Who is that Warren Buffett? Walt Disney, Warren Buffett. You know, the Germans, they're very smart. Everybody came out of Germany, you know. But the Italians are very, very rich on the side of the Pope. And, you know, when I started feeling like this and learning this stuff, it was only because when that Pope came in, I became a different person. And I'm Jewish, and I don't even look at the Pope. But when that Pope came in, it completely changed my thinking. My whole life was completely changed because of him. And there's something about him, and this whole world is something about the whites. Something God had to fix up the white man, and that's why he made it like this. Because the white man has to fight the white man at the end. And Africa and all those people, well, I think a lot of them come from under the ground. They use them a few years, they give them no food, they use them up, they send them up top, and then they can't talk properly after. They throw one here, one there, you never know, right? Anyways, that's not what I came on here to talk. Anyways, okay, ciao.